wrap up this week, we're in James chapter 4. And I find such great power and motivation, encouragement in this chapter. I hope that you will take some time today to read this. I hope you will find just a nugget, a kernel, just a word or a phrase, a sentence, a verse that just really speaks to your heart, lifts you and points you in the right direction. Our God has given us good news. It is supposed to bring refreshing to the soul. It is supposed to strengthen our bones. It is supposed to lighten our load. And I want to give you just one simple message today. In James chapter 4, verse 8, come near to God, and he will come near to you. James chapter 4 speaks about our attitude, the way that we hold our hands in direction to God. Is it a clenched fist? Is it pulling away? Or is it as a child reaching up to its father? Hold me, pick me up. I am the youngest of 4, and I've got 2 older brothers and an older sister. I'm sure they would tell you that I got away with a lot, but from my perspective, life was a challenge as a young boy, as the youngest in the family. It seemed like I was never invited to those parties or to those events. I never got to go to all the fun stuff until much later in life. I was picked on by my brothers and sisters, though they would probably say it the other way around. I remember one time I was coming home from school. It was either school or Little League, and we were given this box of chocolates. You know, those chocolate bars that they sell for $1. And we were supposed to raise money for our school, or again, I don't remember if it was school or baseball. And I was carrying the telltale signs of a box full of chocolate. Several boys met me on my way home. I was halfway between the ball field at the school and my house. It was back in the day when we actually walked or rode our bikes to and from. And I was in between, and these older kids came riding up, and they engaged me in a conversation. They asked me about the chocolate and what I was selling it for. They seemed real genuine. They told me this sob story about their mother who was laid up in bed and how she loved chocolate, and they knew that she would just buy as many as she could if she had the opportunity. And so somehow, as a young boy, they coerced me, they convinced me, whatever, they duped me. And I willingly handed over the box of chocolate. Fortunately, I kept the money. Handed over the box of chocolate so they could ride quickly on their bikes to their house, which was just a block or 2 away, sell that to their mom, and then they would come right back and give me what was left. It didn't take long as I watched my chocolate box go off in the distance for me to realize that I had been duped. I quickly ran home, and I remember finding my older brothers out in the garage. And they could see the tears coming down my face, and I quickly told them the story. And I remember thinking that, my goodness, I am going to be ridiculed. I'm going to be harassed. I am going to be put down for this huge mistake that I've just made. But without hesitation, my 2 older brothers, they jumped on their bikes. They were out of the garage before I even knew it. I quickly jumped on my bike as well. I tried to keep up with them, but they were too fast. They quickly scoured our neighborhood, going back and forth and down each street until they found these kids at another school baseball field enjoying some of the last of the candy bars. Now, I'll save the rest of the story for another time of what happened when my brothers finally met up with these boys. But it reminds me so much, and even more so, of who God is. Listen to this. Come near to God, and he will come near to you. This week, this day, has got some great triumphs scheduled for it. You may have been seeing the defeats and the challenges, the hurdles all along the way, but I promise you, God has intended for us to have victory and success in our life. I want to challenge you to read James chapter 4 as a way of us realigning our heart and our mind, way of us coming before the Father, not in a fist, not in demand, not in some sort of command, but really as us coming to the Father wholeheartedly, redirected, realigned, without any other direction to go. Come near to God, and He will come near to you. I pray that you find some verses, some words of encouragement today. I pray that you'll put those up and share those in the comments below so that we can rejoice, so that we can celebrate, so that we can learn from one another. Today, James chapter 4, read it with me, pray with me, and let us be followers of Christ that continue to call out, God, come near. God, please come. Have a great day.